Hello all, good morning. Good morning. We should be back in business. You should be hearing me fine. We should be returned to the water. In fact, yeah, see?
Good morning.
See? I always forget that, don't I? So you know it's working. That's how you know it's working. Good day all. Welcome to episode 130, New Moon's Day. Today is the new moon. And one of many. And today is a great day to remember that. And yeah, there you go. Wow, thank you, Fo Bear. I haven't even started, and you're already calling me a bad name for something. That's great. Thanks, OKC Bear. OKC Bear, I've not forgotten. There's so many wrenches, it takes forever to kill all those. So that is coming. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the vitriol, Fo Bear. Bring it. It's perfect. It's perfect. What a week. So, let's get this show started, shall we? I'm making sure that all is well, and it appears so. In fact, I'm going to be trying to watch comments on all three platforms. The first time I've ever done that. And we will see how well that goes. Hey, Sagittarius Rising. And you still can go to the thing. We're going to talk about that. It's just not going to be my thing. That's all. So yeah, why don't we start with that? How about that? Sounds good? Everything looks good here. All right. Let's see. Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay. I'm going to read this out loud. It's something I wrote. Some of you guys say, hello, Glowbusters. Some of you guys say, James, sometimes you read stuff. And I'm like, yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to read this. It is with great disappointment that we have refunded all payments for tickets to The Thing. Canceling The Thing was not an easy decision. Brent Shenneman and I have been working around the clock for weeks, networking over 40 volunteers, selling 107 lanyards, building the Living Salt Network, building 2 websites, interviewing caterers, producers, production, admin, workshop coordinators, artists, production staff to bring you something special. This has been a dream of mine for over a decade. And it is not over. It's just not going to happen on Ben's land. And we're going to explain why. It will be a reality soon, but it's not going to be here. All we have is our connection with each other. Even if The Thing isn't the flagship I wanted it to be, I know the land will step up and call us home soon. In Vigilance, James True. P.S. All tickets have been refunded in full. In total, Brent and I invested about $1,000 on the planning of The Thing. We are that much ready for the next one. Excelsior. And that $1,000, most of that is in fees accrued for refunding your money. PayPal really gets you there when you try and refund. I was sad to send that refund notice, High Pocket 7. I really was. I really was. In answer to Hardwood Bear's thing, is the thing over? No, it's not. But what is over is James True producing that. James True being in charge of that. James True having any say-so or authority or decision-making process in that has been revoked. Ben and Christy own that land. It is their land. They speak for that land. Ben does not think that I am the right speaker for this thing. If you want to read into that, that's fine. If you want to read into the drama, that's fine. I'm just simply telling you that those are the facts, and I respect the land. The land is speaking through Ben, and he's spoken. Ben, I've been trying to get Ben on the phone since Friday. That has not been easy to do. In fact, it's been impossible. Right after I had to cancel the thing, Ben has clarified that it's not canceled. So I'll read that to you because I don't want anyone to be confused about this, okay? What's canceled is James True's ability and authority as producer for the thing. That's the only thing that's been revoked. But a lot comes with that. So let's first read Benjamin's statement. The thing clarification, let's start out with the thing being a heathen ceremony and gathering. After the Rhinebeck gathering, we decided that we would like to help spread campfire ceremonies again, and we would do one in the next place to commemorate it, helping kickstart a campfire campaign. We would even take time to go to some and help people get going while teaching them self-sufficient living. It was supposed to be 19 people, and because of high interest, we expanded to 30 or so. People are going to help a farm started to learn off-grid living and be part of a ceremony. Everything, including the ceremony, was very earthy about soil getting root again, sharing the experience so others can take it home and learn to break free of the system again. A giant, this is really the concerning, giant party festival was never the plan, and it certainly was never Luciferian. Benjamin is telling you that I am a Luciferian, and that he, as an Odinist, he does not follow Christian cosmology, including Lucifer. If I did this festival was still about roots and not either, so that would again not apply, kind of confusing there. But anyway, every attempt to bring it back in line and put the meaning back into it has been rejected, according to Ben. So the festival has been called off. That's more about me. He's saying that he was attempting to bring me back in line and that I rejected that. So the festival has been called off. I hate that he feels that way, but it's his land. He gets to feel this way. The thing will still very much be happening. See, listen, the thing will still very much be happening with the people who came and are coming to work with the land and learn. Aaron and Badger are already there and more on the way. It will be a small gathering as originally talked about, but I think it will be amazing. It was never supposed to be huge, but it was meant to spread across the country and still be very interesting in helping that happen. Thank you, everyone. I'll be back at the Signal for a few days, and we can work all this out. So, the Owen Benjamin, the same call of James as a Luciferian, has infested this festival, and I think probably what Ben decided to do was cut bait. I think the reason why he wasn't calling me back is because, frankly, he didn't have the ego at the time to spend those calories and say, James, I got to pull the plug. Ben and I were friends. This is a tough one on my friendship with him, especially the Luciferian label shit, because it's so Owen. But there it is. I want everyone to connect. I want everyone to do all this. All right? If you go there now, I think you will find a beautiful situation. I think you'll be around people that care about you and that you care about. I think you will find just what Ben's saying. I think Ben is sincere in that. It just can't be me. I am too much of a flame starter to be the figurehead for this event and be on that land. I do want to say though that Ben and Christy, all of us, we never said this would be 19 or 30. I'm just giving you my side right now really quick. We had actually decided that 200 was about the max we could have. We never actually got close to that 200 because we were waiting for the land to take place. The moment Ben took possession of the land, I told him I was coming out there. Ben took possession, I guess Friday, but he didn't hear that until Monday. And that land's ready now. It's ready to go. People are there. They're doing it. But James True cannot be the guy that's in charge. James True cannot be the producer, and it can't be this big anymore. I think the truthfully what happened is I think Ben got afraid of the size. I don't mean afraid like in a negative way. I'm talking about he was like, holy fuck, I no longer like the idea of there being 107 people there. We had sold 107 lanyards. We raised $11,000 on the Living Soul Network, specifically for the event, specifically for the lanyards. That was going to pay for the food. All the volunteers that were coming out, I wasn't going to have volunteers come out to that land unless we had food to unite us. That was going to give us a morning and an evening meal. Those meals were bonding rituals, really, was what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to start everyone off in the morning, kick everyone off in the afternoon. The meals were the most important part, in my opinion. In fact, the catering, the three sisters in charge of our catering plan was sort of like the main event of this thing. And it was part of why we were charging $89. That lanyard was for food. It was going to pay for your Friday dinner, Saturday breakfast, Saturday dinner, Sunday breakfast, Sunday dinner. All of this had been budgeted out. All of this I ran by Ben. Every time we made another $1,000 on tickets, I would text him. We would celebrate. This was never a trick. I was never trying to trick anyone. All right. I think what happened is that Ben hit the land and he realized this is too much. It's not for me. And I actually think that when you've been driving a car for so long, to have someone like James come in and drive that car, meaning your land, is threatening. And I think that's why Ben wasn't able to reach out to me. literally kind of left me hanging this weekend as I was waiting to clarify. I say that because Aaron had released a video on Friday telling everyone that no one should listen to me or anyone else except for him, Ben, and Christy. That's really what kicked all this off. And I started to notice that there was a faction, there was splintering that had occurred here, that there was a people on the land that don't want to do what we are all talking about and agreeing to. And this is what happens. People are meldable. People are allowed to change their minds. Ben, that's his land. He's allowed to decide whatever he wants. I didn't sign a contract with him. I didn't get a lease. I should have done that. I should have, but I wouldn't have wanted to do that anyway. Because if Ben doesn't want me on his land doing this event, I wouldn't want to be there. It's his land. This all starts in the soil. And I don't have land yet. This only is going to work if you have the soil. So Brent and I, we had to cancel. The promises that I was making you about these meals, about the volunteers, about the event itself were being pulled out from under me. I could no longer deliver those, so we pulled them. This accusation about it being Luciferian is really, really starting to get old, guys. I need you to grow the fuck up. All right? I talk about Judaism literally every other day. No one calls me a Jew. No one says James is Jewish because he was talking about Judaism today. I talk about Christianity more than Judaism. And most of you insist I'm not a Christian. And it's very hypocritical to say, because I discussed a simple concept, a historical record about King James and what the fuck he did to create a figurehead called Lucifer. That's all I told you. That's the only thing I told you. And to paint me as Luciferian because of that is about the most childish gamma thing I could see, and it comes from Owen Benjamin. Now, I know Owen and Ben are friends and they talk, and I get it. Everyone's going to pick their side and do whatever. But you guys, if we can't talk about religion, what the fuck are we allowed to talk about? Excuse my language. What are we allowed to even say? And let me fix the chat. This is not a bash on Balderson. Hashtag free legend. Whoa, Balderson too. No, this is everybody. When I say everybody, everyone is afraid to talk about this stuff because it hurts. It hurts to figure this stuff out. It hurts to look at stuff. And each of us have to pick our battles. Each of us have to decide what's important and what's not. And Balderson cut bait with me on this. I don't think it's personal. I think that's actually why he wasn't able to call me, and that's okay. It's his land. I love that he has land. I can't think of anyone out there that I want to have land more than Ben. And I hope that Ben maybe will learn a lesson on maybe communicating better. Maybe going, hey, James has raised $11,000. He's got 40 volunteers. They're all scheduled. He's got meals. He's got all this lined up. I need to call him. But that's not where we are because we're in Dojo Earth, right? And if I'm going to pretend that we're not in Dojo Earth, would be for me to insist that Ben treated me wrong and therefore I should hate him or some shit like that. Or I should start calling him names. It's Ben is my brother. And I think he's kind of being a dick about this, but so what? He thinks I'm being a dick. That's part of what makes brothers brothers. They fight sometimes. And I don't even think this is about fighting because he and I both want the same thing. We want to wake the land. He just doesn't want me to be the person that's waking his land. That's all. He doesn't have a crooked nose, Patton. He doesn't. He's probably the straightest nose you'll find. But I had to. I had to refund the money. Because what I was going to give you, I'm not able to give you anymore. And I wanted Ben to talk to me and say, do you want to hand off? Do you want to do something like that? But that's not going to work. It's not going to work. I think Ben overstepped a little bit, just like I do all the time. Was like, man, I should not have done that. And you adjust. Sorry. He stole all the peanuts while we were in warm-up. And now he's like over there fattening up. So today's the first new moon. Today was supposed to be the very first ceremony on that land. And it wasn't Luciferian. We wanted a couple of tribes. We were talking about 5. And each of those tribes would have 19 people in it. We were building a model for decentralized nation. We were going to show you a living canvas of what a mini nation looked like. And the only way you could see it is by participating in it. And there was nothing Luciferian about it. Holy fuck. You were going to show up Friday. You were going to pick a tribe that you felt comfortable with. Your party, if you have three of you want to be in the same tribe, fine. You're going to find a tribe and say, hey, do you guys want 3 people? And by being in that tribe, it's just at night, there's a ceremony just with your tribe, just with your 19. We discussed all this with Ben, with Christy, everyone on the planning committee. We talked about this. And from that fire, we would learn how to function as a tribe. I was introducing unanimous government. I was going to show you how unanimous government works at this powwow, festival, whatever you want to call it. And so every night the tribe would meet Friday, Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoon. And during the day, you're not with your tribe. You're doing workshops. Who knows what you're doing? You're having fun. You're enjoying the nation. You're engaging with other people, feats of strength, whatever it is. Totem poles, watching the art, watching some of the art we were going to make. And then at night, you were going to go to a big fire ceremony. Guy, this isn't new. This was all laid out in the videos over and over and over again. This was never 19 people. This was never 30 people. We were going to have maybe 5 tribes of 19. We were saying maybe because until Ben hit the land, we could not say for sure. Why does it have to be 20, Matt? What's wrong with 19? I'll ask you the same thing. We're resonating off COVID-19 to change the energy, by the way. Now at night, for 2 nights, Saturday night and Sunday night, all those tribes were coming to the nation. They were going to the big fire. That was Ben's fire. And that big fire, you were going to experience what nation unanimous government looks like, the Iroquois Confederacy. I explained all this over and over again in live streams. I laid this out. There's nothing Luciferian about the Iroquois Confederacy. You guys, you're being twisted if you're going to keep buying into that. I was going to show you how the government used to run. It ran that way for 500 years. And you were going to experience it as a tribe and as a nation. But it was unanimous government. Unanimous mean all of us made the decision. Now, Aaron released a video Friday saying you can't listen to James. You can't listen to anyone else but me, Ben, and Christy. That was not unanimous government. That was not unanimous tribe. I can't even show you that video because he's attacking a friend of mine. And I'm using friend very loosely here. And Brent and I cannot get behind something that's attacking someone. We can't get behind someone that has this kind of non-tribe in it. Now, I know those guys are going to recover. I know they're going to kick ass. I know they're going to have a great gathering. I know they are. And I know that they don't want me to help do that. I know that they have their own idea. And I know that they would probably welcome me as long as I would engage and follow their orders. I get that. Nothing wrong with that. But I've had this vision for 10 years. And I wrote about this in a story called The Man from Katua last year. I laid this out, this bioregional government model. It's based on unanimous government, which means the tribe doesn't speak and gets to, like Aaron told me. Aaron told me, no, James, the tribe has spoken. No, Aaron, I'm in the tribe. And if I haven't spoken, the tribe hasn't spoken. And if Ben doesn't call me and communicate, the tribe has not spoken. So what's happening there is a tribe. And if you want to go join that tribe, go join it. snakejones09@gmail.com. Now, my plan for meals, my plan for the voluntary support, we were going to build a kitchen out of this $11,000. We were going to build an outdoor kitchen there on that land, the infrastructure we needed for that. I don't know what that's going to be like. That's why I had to refund your money. Because I didn't want to invite any of you out there if you didn't have the infrastructure, just the basic infrastructure to survive. You may have that infrastructure and more. Ben may have a much better plan that blows mine away. You should follow your gut and trust that. There are people that are friends of mine that are at Ben's right now. There are people that are friends of mine that are going to Ben's right now, and I support that. But I can't be the guy that gets behind this. I can't be the guy that runs it because my vision was called Luciferian. My vision has been labeled as evil, just like you label someone a racist or a xenophobe. Now the new word is Luciferian. And whether Ben meant it to or not, it's painful to hear him call me that because of how much heathenism itself is attacked. But we all do what we do, man. And just like I told you last week when all these knives were in my back, it wasn't done. There were more to come. And that's how it feels. That's how it feels. If we want to pick sides, you're already failing. I'm not on a different side than Ben. I think Ben could have treated me better here, that's all. I think he could acknowledge my work. I think Aaron could have acknowledged my work. I think one of them could have said, holy fuck, James, you did so much. But it's not what we want. But we don't always get what we want. And I still love and respect Ben. I'm having a hard time with Aaron right now. I am. The way he's responded to all this is just really piss poor, especially him as attacking my friend. It's such a dick move to do that, especially on a video about the thing. And I'm making this expensive for both of them. I'm trying to make it expensive for Ben to not just say what you feel and look your friend in the eyes and call him back and say, here's how I feel. And I'm making it expensive for Aaron. Don't personally attack people with my name attached to it. If I'm throwing a festival, you're going to release videos under the name The Thing, and you want to attack someone, you are not my tribe. That's what children do. It's what fucking children do. Now, I know you guys are going to pull this together. I know you're going to kick ass. I think you're going to have a fire tonight, just like I am here. Me and Brent and Dogmar, we're going to have a fire tonight here. It's the new moon. It's the new moon. And anyone who starts a fire on the new moon, anyone who thinks about a fire on the new moon, is on my side. You are in my tribe. Because you get it. Because you're paying attention. You're listening to the cycles of the land, and you're doing what you were brought here to do. I love Ben and Christy. They're my brother and sister. I hate how this went down, but it doesn't change my love for them. I really, really wish that people would stop feeding Owen Benjamin and calling me Luciferian. I really wish that we could just look at things and just have real conversations. Because they're doing it to demonize my message. Guys, if I was a Luciferian, I'd tell you. I work every day on my cosmology. My cosmology is first freaking rate. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's well thought out. I have blueprints of every floor of my cosmology. It's the most intricate thing I find, and I don't say that lightly. I'm always asking people for their cosmology. And most of them pull out Hubba Bubba gum wrappers that are like this big. And they're like, here's my cosmology. You're evil because your cosmology doesn't fit on mine. And so you end up having to call people names. And you're calling me a name because I showed you how many Native American ceremonies incorporate the morning star. It's insane how many Native American ceremonies incorporate the morning star. And that's all it takes for Owen Benjamin to call me Luciferian, is I showed you history. I showed you a line in history. And I showed you what Lucifer meant and what Noctifer meant. Noctifer is the Venus falling in the evening. Lucifer is Venus rising in the morning. And I said, isn't it funny how many Native American ceremonies build their entire ritual around the morning star? Isn't it funny how King James decided, while he was burning herbalists, and heathens, by the way, Ben, that while he was burning herbalists and heathens, that they were declaring the entire religion of the New World evil. And they were going to the mound people and literally erasing their fucking culture and painting it with bad words like Luciferian. And if you want to know what Owen's doing right now, he's dressed in women's clothing as King James, and he's burning fucking herbalists, and he's calling them Luciferian, and he's talking about the Iroquois Confederacy, the Mississippians, the Mound People, the Peyoteans, the Cherokee, the Creek, the Seminole. And in his mind, he's righteous. Do you know why? Because he suffers from Zionism. He suffers from germ theory. And he's so fucking twisted that he wants to get in Ben's ear and convince him that I'm a Luciferian too. And fine, Ben needs that journey. He needs to go through that. We all do. So does Owen. Now I'm going to say this again. I talk about Judaism every day and none of you call me a Jew. I talk about Christianity every day and you don't insist I must be a Christian. And I'm the one that identifies as one. And the fact is that I'm too complex to be a Luciferian because the Luciferian doesn't even fucking mean anything. It doesn't even have a meaning, guys. There's no philosophy, there's no tenet, there's no way of life. There's not a basic core belief, there's not a cosmology, there's nothing fucking there. And if you want to know my cosmology, which you don't because you'd rather... Sorry, I'm going off here. But my cosmology is literally written all over my live streams every day. I believe in Dojo Earth, a stationary Dojo Earth. What does that mean? A freaking place for you to learn how to not be a dickhead. That's why we're here. We're here to not act like the way I act, or Benjamin acts, or Owen acts, or whoever else acts. We're here to stop doing that. We're here to grow some discernment like they were balls. And we're having trouble with that. Why? Because we're living in a kiddie pool and we're peeing on each other, insisting that the hot water means it's clean. So if you want to know my cosmology, I'm an aperturist. What does that mean? It means that you have an aperture and I have an aperture. And the cruelest fucking thing I would ever do is to call you immoral because your aperture doesn't match mine. I'm an aperturist, and none of you even have a word for that until you met me. Because you got your shit from a Hubba Bubba rapper. You got your shit from a cross-dressing herbalist who's living inside the head of Owen Benjamin every time he opens his fucking tongue. The guy is literally afraid of every single wheel because he thinks it's gay. Roller skates are gay. Roller blades are gay. Inline skating's gay. Unicycles are gay. Bicycles are gay. Cars that are not powered by motors are gay. Skateboards are gay. What else is gay? Let's see. And some of us get up at 5 in the morning. And when I get up at the 5 in the morning, you know what I don't have to think about? Is gay butt sex up in the sky. I get to have my coffee underneath Venus and write. When everyone else is asleep, I get to write. And I don't have that corruption in my head. I don't have this idea that everything out there is gay or germed or evil or broken or not Zion. Because I know why I'm here. Because it's in my cosmology. Because I put the fucking calories in to build it. I build it brick by brick. I laid a foundation. I got a permit. I went to school. I installed plumbing. I installed electricity. I installed high-speed fucking internet so I could make sure that this thing was right. And I'm an aperturist for it. Which means I can look at someone who supports Black Lives Matter and see that there's someone trying to find their morality. That they are the T-Rex with no arms, and this is the best they can do, and I'm going to give them credit for it. And it's not even that simple. I'm more than an aperturist. I'm a compassionarian. Compassionarian, that's it. I'm a compassionarian. Which means I believe the way I get closer to God is to get closer to you. Yeah, you. I feel like the more connected I am empathically with the people around me, the closer I am to God. That's why at 4 in the morning you can bitch at me because I say how I think human touch is an addiction we're born with. And that's why you can read into all the other bad shit you want to say about me because I'm telling you how important it is to be a fucking dolphin. to lock the fuck into humanity, because that's the closest touch you will ever have to God inside this kiddie pool. It's your wife, it's your kids, it's your mother, it's your father, it's your brother, it's the ass fucker who's calling you Luciferian every day on his live stream. And you have to reach each of them. And that's what I do every fucking day. Sorry, I'm cussing. And when you see me posting things like, Owen and I are friends, I don't care that he calls me that. That's me practicing compassionarianism, while he's not. While all the bears who are calling me because I have no family, because I have no kids, how fucking evil I must be, or Lucifer, that's not Christian. That's not compassionarian. My cosmology means I am a living cross. I'm a living, breathing cross. And that cross is powered by my heart. The heart is the center of the horizon and the vertical. It is the two sticks that make the fire, that gave you light when it was cold and dark. And it only gave you that when you burned the calories to rub them together. I am a living cross. That's what makes me a man. All of these make me a Christian. Everything that I'm telling you makes me a Christian, but you guys won't call me that. Because I don't believe in a royal bloodline Passover human sacrifice ritual perpetuated by a Jewish genital cult running through Rome that was transmuted from a man ceremony in Egypt and passed down into babies and children today. Most of you can't even draw my cosmology because it would take too long. It would take years. And you'd realize that I had to build this all up. I had to see that because I'm trying to explain. Why do we live in a place that could be flat or could be round? Why do we live in a place that makes it so easy for us to believe in a perfect vacuum? How is it that history can be installed in us after a deluge, where we wake up with these notions, where we believe in mythology? The mythology of Newton and Einstein. While all of us are running around pretending that we have lab coats on and that we're the only true discernment here. Thank you so much, Smooth Talking Hank, for the big super chat. These lessons are necessary. We appreciate your message. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a frickin' week, I tell you. Thank you, Reluctance. James, I posted a link and comment on the first campfire post. Might be a land opportunity for you. Check it out. Be strong. Still have tribe. I do have tribe. But I'll tell you guys, I don't have land. And I'm not going to have land because I'm not going to be able to raise $200,000 like Owen Benjamin did with zero promises. And if I do raise $11,000, I'm going to give it back to you the moment the land says, no, James, you're a Luciferian, get the fuck out of here. That's why I'm not going to have land. The only way I'm going to have land is if I go back into Babylon, immerse myself, and figure out a way to collect this money. And then only to come back and then find out that I'm just like them now. I'm the same fucking way. I'm too terrified. I'm so scared that I'm just going to label everyone else something so no one comes to my land, so no one tries to drive, so no one tries to do something different. Because that's why we're here. We're here to learn this shit. We're here to face this stuff. I can't show you this video, but it's called The Thing 15 is Not a Festival, It's a Way of Living. It will explain to you why I am not allowed to help produce this festival. It will show you that, clear as day. And when Aaron put that out, I didn't know that that was Ben talking. When I saw that video, I said, Aaron, take it down. You're personally attacking someone. He said no. I went to Ben. Ben ignored me for 4 days. This is not the message I can get behind. I can't get behind a personal attack. And Aaron, you need to pay the price for that. You called someone out without even calling them out. And then when you were confronted with it, you said it was someone else different. That's not what a man does. It's with great disappointment, guys, that I gave you those refunds. Like I said, it's probably about $400 or $500 just in fees. I wanted this to happen so bad. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's not going to happen in this way. And I dodged a bullet. Because there's no way, if Ben was this way now, there's no way when I got out to the land he was going to let me do that. That's his land. That's his right. That's his prerogative. I love that guy. He gets to do with his land what he wants. Aaron doesn't need to apologize. Aaron needs to learn. He needs to feel the pranic transaction that occurs when he attacks someone. That's all. I appreciate what you're saying, Am. I'm just saying. This isn't about apologizing. This is about, here's how all of us fucked this up. That's all it is. How did I fuck up? I didn't get a contract. That's where I fucked up. And honestly, I wouldn't have done it if I needed a contract. I wouldn't. Because I don't want to live in Babylon. And you're so right, Lori Boo. East Coast. We're having a fire tonight. And this isn't a competition. I'm going to light this when Ben lights his. Yeah, of course I love him, Kieran. Thanks for seeing that. I love Ben. Guy's fucking brilliant. You didn't miss serious drama, Foolproof Man. And the people that have been typing stuff like, you guys should just get along. We are getting along. We're holding each other accountable for things. This is how you get along. That's right, no Faustian bargain for you, James. It would be impossible at this point. I've lost too much already. I'm not talking about recently. I'm talking about my whole life. I've known for a long time what that was like. It has been quite the ride this year, Patton. Ben is not that tutu bear, and he does have a spine. I've seen it work. I don't think we'll be able to go back to Alchemy Talks with Ben, Chrissy. Not right now. I need to heal from this. I put myself out on the line so much for this. I stopped all my own... If you guys don't know, I try and sell books every day. That's why I'm on a live stream. I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but I don't talk about my books. I've been begging you to buy these tickets. I've been begging you to buy these lanyards. I've been spending every fucking waking night or waking moment I have, in fun, by the way, in passion, working on this. I haven't been earning my own keep. I lost my keyboard, my computer. I lost a $2,000 computer. Now I've lost $500 in fees from this. I've lost all this effort, all these calories. I've lost my friend. My friend now thinks I'm a Luciferian. And this is just all part of it, isn't it? This is how it rolls. 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever the Owen Benjamin started, it was the Lucifer's Oil live stream. Did Owen call me after Lucifer's Oil? No. Did he text me after Lucifer's Oil and say, hey, James, my friend, what the fuck? No. Did he reach out to me? Did he invite me on his show? Did he think, oh, I should give James a chance to explain? No, no, no. He acted like a bitch. And that's what we're here to do, isn't it? We're here to do bad things. We're here to act poorly. And we're here to learn from it. And we only learn from it if others make it expensive. And I cannot allow that video there and put out. I can't do that. I have a computer again, which is freaking awesome. And I'm not giving up. As Le Maître Moth says, my light is still shining. And if you want to call me a Luciferian because I got a candle sticking out of my head that's on fire, you go right ahead. Because I'm not turning that bitch out. I am here to shine as best I can. I am here to carve out my cosmology in the most detailed, intricate way I can, like one of those Japanese carvings inside the log. And I don't care that your Hubba Bubba has a cartoon on it that shows, oh, Big Bang, germs bad, evil bad. No wonder you turn away from me. No wonder Owen gets upset and nervous and won't have me on. Because he looks at my cosmology next to his, and he realizes how retarded his is. He realizes how it has no calories or no love put into it. He realizes it's not even a cosmology. It's just a bunch of things that he's called gay, next to a bunch of things that he thinks maybe aren't gay yet. And every morning when he wakes up, if Owen gets up early, he thinks about butt sex. He thinks about how bad stars are. We have got to do better, guys. You've got to find your cosmology and carve it. I've shown you mine. And I've shown you how weak it is to even try and call someone a Luciferian. It doesn't even mean anything. These labels are for children. When you walk into that dojo, something I wrote a long time ago, but you guys haven't even seen this. Do you want to know what flat earth really is? Flat earth is a stance in karate. It's a position of your body that you hold. My knees are bent. They are ready. This is ball earth. It's standing straight up at attention with your hand over your heart. It's shorting out the electrical connection, bringing it back, not allowing it to flow fully. It's grounding. It's grounding half of you. And you're standing straight up so you have no balance. You could push me over and I would fall. I would have to move my feet. That's ball earth. You guys can hear me, right? This is stationary flat earth. Why would you stand this way? Why would you stand this way? Because you know a board's about to hit you in the face. Because you know you live in a world of lies. And that's why flat earth is a stance. It's a judo stance. It's a I will only believe what I can directly experience. I will only believe what I can directly experience. This is zetetic defense. Saying I reject all your bullshit stories. I'm only going to watch where you swing. When you hit me, I'm going back in. Even if you don't believe in flat earth, I could show you how it is more intelligent and more accurate to approach the world as if it was. Because all you're doing is honoring your senses again. You cannot honor your senses if you're looking at the stars and you have this secret idea that they represent the most evil force in the world that's trying to defy God. Your stance is not this, it's this. You're walking around. Remember doing that as a kid? That's what Owen's doing right now. He's walking around with his tongue out and he's going, ah. Because he's saying, all this is butt sex. And if I say this word, or if I think this word, or if I go camping, I will participate in butt sex. If there are torches there, Owen thinks he will have no choice but to start playing with himself. And if other men are around, he will play with them too. That is a stance of paranoia. It's not a stance of like karate. It's a stance of hurt me. Owen's he's binding his nipples. And he's going, oh, that hurts. Oh, butt sex. Oh, butt sex. And that's not a cosmology. It's not even thought. It's not even discussion. It's just shit talk. And I've been in it too. I get my feelings hurt. Owen was my friend. Owen used to pretend like I'm my friend. And when Lucifer's Oil came out, Owen wouldn't text me. He wouldn't call. In fact, all the things that Owen's been saying about me, Owen still hasn't responded. I told him that to mute me while you're talking about me is a classic Gamma move. But he can't respond. He's afraid to respond to me directly. I intimidate him. My cosmology is too much for him to handle. He sees that stance and realizes I can't fucking play this game with him. He did disavow. You're absolutely right, Tooted Bear. He disavowed. Like Mission Impossible, right? And that's what Ben had to do. Ben had to disavow because of all the shit. And what sucks is I know all the comments are probably like, James, you need to just drop this, da 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 da. And I've been trying to drop this for 3 or 4 weeks. And now it's infected my friend Benjamin Balderson. So I'm talking about it again. I'm sorry. Thank you, Astro Soul. I thought it was a great video too. And Robert Astro Soul said your Lucifer Oil video was one of your best. And thank you. Robert Seffer backed it up. Marty Leeds backed it up. It's several people have just literally said the exact same thing I've said. I'm under the impression that I've been invited to a show tomorrow, Secrets of Saturn, to talk about this very issue. I say under the impression because Jason, maybe something else came up. I don't know. If we can't talk about this, what can we talk about? If I can't talk about Native American ceremonies, what are we allowed to say in the truth movement? If we're making it expensive with ridicule to talk about ideas, what are we allowed to talk about? What can we talk about? Because I don't know. I know that there are certain topics that are off limits. I've found them. I'm a douser for those topics. If you read Technology of Belief, you saw it when we talked about Mein Kampf and Hitler. If you read Technology of Belief, you saw it when we talked about the two towers, the Old Testament and the New, Joachim and Boaz. How those two books are the same Masonic ritual that's shaping your psyche right now, that's making you discern and grow the fuck up. And that's why the Old Testament is obedience and the New Testament is mercy. Same with the two towers. And it's not evil for me to tell you that. Guys, God didn't even sign the Bible. And Jesus did not walk around with the King James Bible in his hand. Stop saying that he did. And for the love of God, I mean that. Can we please reconnect to the soil? Which means having a conversation about all the Native American ceremonies that are based around the morning star. Why can we not talk about the dawn? Why can we not talk about a new day happening around us? Why is it not okay to cleanse and clean in sage, a cross-dressing, herbalist burning, heathen hating, Zionistic worshiping, germ theory motherfucker named King James, whose first book, Demonology, gave you a blueprint to how to torture and kill people? Jen, thank you so much. I already sent this with intention, so you're going to have to take it back. Keep on, brother. I keep on because you. Jen's had my back so long. Since before the Epstein. She knows what it's like for me to have to say things. Remember that time? This is a year ago. Remember that time I showed you this? This was a movie prop. Let me say that for, sorry, podcasters. Remember that time I showed you Epstein Island was a movie prop? And all those QAnoners came in and patted me on the back and thanked me for helping them discern the truth? Yeah, me neither. It's always the same. You know what the moon and Epstein Island have in common? You and I will never go there. So what if Epstein Island was just a set? If you were a billionaire, why have a temple with faux stonework and pretend three-dimensional paint you could only appreciate from afar was real? Look at the photos. Note how each wall of the building is actually flat. The island is a movie set. The building is shaped like one of those telecom buildings you see built for efficiency. It's been turned into a reality show. Even the fake dome fell off in a hurricane. Plus, no pool, no shade trellises, no furniture. Even the owls were cheesy parakeets. This kind of distraction is exactly what the federal government would do to keep you invested. Especially if they knew Babylon was falling. P.S. Babylon's falling. That was a year ago. I lost 30% of my subscribers for telling the truth about Epstein Island. And Owen took maybe 10% of my subscribers for telling you the truth about King James. And every day someone makes this more expensive. And it got so expensive that Ben had to cut me loose because of that. And I will be cut loose again because my ass will not stop. Especially not with these super chats. Thank you guys so much. Smooth Talking Hank. I know I thanked you already, but thank you. These lessons are necessary. We appreciate your message, James. Thank you. All right. OKC Bear, I'm going to do what you always told me to do. And I'm looking in chat now to see who's got to say something. I've actually been just staying in YouTube, sorry. This is a D Live over there. Oh, thanks for the ice creams, guys. No More Money Bear, Forbearance, Staying Array, DC Barbie. OG Bear, people attack you for exploring your spiritual connection because of books they have not yet read themselves. Yeah, that's a classic. I would actually include the Bible in that. It's amazing how many people attack me for not being Christian or claiming I'm not being Christian, and they haven't actually read the Bible. I will actually show them stuff, and it doesn't matter. But that's how it works. Yes, that's right, Billy Bob 75. You don't hate Owen then? You want him to progress in the karate belts then? Yes. Yes. In fact, the times that I've whacked his ass, which I've definitely done, you can tell by the way he responds, those have been my attempts to get him to adjust his stance, to get him to improve. And the only way he's going to improve is if you hit him in the face with a board. That's how karate works, guys. I'm just telling you, that's how karate works. Best apocalypse ever. You're right, Integrity Acres. Let's see. Looking at Facebook finally. I'm on the outskirts of Babylon. There's land here. Trying to figure something out too, brother. Good, Jeff. Good. Do that. Good that. Thanks, Claire. Sorry the thing fell through. I still really love your vision, James. Thank you, Claire. And to clarify, guys, the thing is still going through. They just don't want James at the helm. And they shouldn't. I had a great talk with a friend last night. And I think that it would be hard for anyone who owned land to let me come on and just kick ass. I think that that would intimidate everyone because they realize, I don't think they understand, or let me rephrase that. My vision is so big that it's terrifying. It's so terrifying that I think the only way this is ever going to work is if I have my own land. Because when I start explaining to you that we need like giant kudzu elephant sculptures that you can go inside and hang out, that when you start to see just how big of a vision I know we can do, that's only going to work, I think, if I'm in charge. The soil to let me speak for it, right? You see, on Ben's land, I'm really only speaking for Ben. I'm not speaking for the soil. And I'm not going there to speak for Ben. I was going there to speak for the soil. But Ben wants to speak for that. And he put all the calories in. And he's going to keep putting calories in to prove that he's worthy of that. And how could that be my enemy? There's no way that could be my enemy. That's right. We have to stand up for Appalachia. Chiro Honky Bear. I love that name, Chiro Honky Bear. We do. I've always said, I'm a man from Katua. I love it here. I love it here. Me going to Ben's was only for 3 months. I would love to do that here. And I hope we can. I hope we can. I don't worship Owen, but I enjoy his work. I think he's just shit testing you, James, seeing how you'll react to a roasting. I guess so, Alex. I would say that was maybe true like the first 2 or 3 days. But honestly, I think Owen uses me for content now. Like, he literally just needs something to talk about. Owen doesn't research. He doesn't read about Lucifer. Remember, that's all butt sex stuff. He needs someone else to do that work for him. That's why most of that language you hear out of him is coming from this channel, which is fine. I call it resonance. I think it's beautiful. I don't think that I have original ideas. I think that I resonate good ideas, and others resonate good ideas, and each of us resonate that. Sensei James has lots of boards to break on faces. That's right, Autonomy, I do. And I get them on me too. Yeah, Overcome Bear, you'll have to rewind. No one's going to be able to wrap up what's happened in an hour for you in a chat. But it's there. Yeah, Robert Zephyr's great. He is great. And he literally said exactly what I said. All he did was just back me up and say, yep, I'm not saying he said, James, true. You get what I mean. It's just verbatim. Thanks, Dana Ray. I appreciate you being here. I will keep going. No, I don't think most people have read the Bible cover to cover, Guy Bear. Now, the reason why I know that is because it's hard. Reading the Bible cover to cover is hard. That's why you see these programs where they're like, read 1 verse a day, and in 17 years, you'll read the Bible. And you find that if you just follow that protocol, you can now say, oh, I know the Bible. It's a hard book to read. The reason why it's hard is because of the encoding, because of the decoding. In fact, it's so hard. That's why there's channels like Marty Leeds. That's why there's channels like James True. In fact, it's so hard that's why there's channels like Owen Benjamin, where you could go, no, let's not even go there. Let's just call everyone who doesn't fit in our Hubba Bubba rapper cosmology a racist. But we need something for religion. What's kind of racist for religion? Luciferian? Bingo. It's the oldest trick in the book. Make it expensive for someone to consider an idea, and they won't consider it. And that's how we make things expensive. And that's literally how mind control works. For as much as Owen tells you he's not a wizard, that guy's a fucking wizard. We both are. That's comedy, though, too. That's really what comedy's all about, if you think about it. As it should be. I've never seen a problem with using your mind to influence someone else. I think that people are influenced all the time. Even a freaking picture of sugar will influence someone. Most of everything we do in our life, all of our jobs, everything we do for a living, our relationships, we influence each other. We influence each other in traffic. We influence each other at the register. We influence each other when we ask or refuse to wear a mask, don't we? if we're going to pretend that, no, I'm not here to influence you, I'm just a comedian who makes fun of people who disagree with me, you're not being honest with what's happening. If you don't call James and tell him you don't want to do this and you're nervous and you'd rather him not be in charge, you're not being honest, are you? I would like for us to make honesty more profitable than positivity. And it's why I kind of get upset when people are like, you guys shouldn't disagree. No, we really should disagree. It's how we test our strength. It's how we test our prana. Is this idea worth it? Will this candle survive in the wind? It's great to have a laptop back. And thanks for the super chats for people that helped me. I really appreciate that. We're going to get back to work again. We're going to get rolling. Yeah. I just now have the most free time ever because of this. I now have so much free time. It's great. And my book, Best Apocalypse Ever, is coming along. I've got, I think it's like 16,000 words into that already. This is, even dodging a bullet is painful sometimes. But this was a good one. And this is going to sound kind of fucked up, but I'm actually kind of proud of myself that I didn't let this go further. That I wasn't just blindly trusting that everything was going to be okay. I was listening to my senses. I was watching Aaron's video and I knew there's deceit here. When I say deceit, they're not telling me what it is they're really feeling. Benjamin's not communicating with me. He's not telling me what he truly feels. That's what I mean by deceit. I felt that. And I listened to it. I listened to it so well that I was willing to spend $500 extra to refund everyone's money. I was willing to lose the most amazing fundraiser I've ever done in an hour. I'm happy with how this has turned out. I could have behaved better, but at the same time, when my best friend will not communicate with me, I'm going to be mad. That's called abandonment. And if more of us made abandonment expensive, it wouldn't happen. It would be more expensive for Ben to not call me, right? See, that was cheaper for Ben to not call. I've made that expensive. He won't do that next time. Probably won't be me, but he won't do that next time. Chemically, he will stop and go, I need to fucking own this. I need to call this guy. I need to clear this. I can't send Aaron. I can't just not answer the phone. I need to own this. If Benjamin Balderson's listening, I love you. You're my brother. I care about you. This was not handled the best way, but I'm glad that you have what you want. If you would have told me this is what you wanted last week, I would have said okay. And I could have given refunds even sooner. And some of the people that have already made travel plans wouldn't be so screwed right now. And for those of you who made travel plans, I am really sorry this happened. Any inconvenience that any of you felt, I want you to know I'm sorry and I share it. I have been inconvenienced too by this in a very big way. Doesn't change yours, I'm just saying I'm in the same boat. This was a hard decision to make. But it was definitely the right one in this case. If you want to go to the thing, you need to email snakejones09@gmail.com and ask him. And all the things that I told you we would be doing don't count anymore. You need to start over from square one and ask him, what's the goal? What's the purpose? All that stuff. If he has room, he will take you. I've emailed most everybody. I have not emailed the volunteers yet. I had to put this video out first. As soon as we're done here, I'm not done. I have another day and a half, 2 days of work to close. In fact, the person that was going to help me run this festival, her name's Neely, is on her way here from out of town to come. We were going to brainstorm on this all day. And luckily she's still going to come anyway. We're going to go, maybe we'll go crystal hunting. I don't know what we're going to do. Like I said, I have a lot more free time now, and it feels good. It's going to feel good. It's with all the vitriol, with all the knives in the back, I need this time off right now. It's a good thing for me. I need to reflect. I wish this would have worked out differently, but it's good. No campfires? I have a campfire tonight, Electric Sheeple. Me, Brent, and Dogmar have a campfire tonight. It's new moon. I will have a campfire every new moon. In fact, special tonight, not only do Brent and I have a campfire with Dogmar, we are releasing raccoons. I'm not supposed to say that, but we are releasing raccoons. There were some raccoons that we've helped, and it's go time. My favorite day is when you get to let a wild animal go again. It's the best experience. We're going to try and get some video if it's not too dark. So our new moon ceremony will involve releasing raccoons, which is pretty freaking rad. If any of you are near Beach Mountain and you want to come to that campfire tonight, you can email me here, james@jtrue.com. And if you're close enough, maybe you can make it in time. It's really small. It's really informal. It's literally, don't expect much from this except for the cool raccoon action. So I guess that is kind of cool. So you got that. You have that option too. And yeah, you guys start a fire tonight. Start a fire tonight. Go to your land and start a fire. You can last 15 minutes if you want. Just do it. You'll thank myself because next new moon, when you hear me talk about it, you'll go, oh my God, last new moon I did a fire. And to remember that, and all that prana will rush up and pour through you. Do that. Start a fire tonight. Do what Ben's going to do. Start a fire. Do what I'm going to do. Start a fire. Owen's not going to start a fire. He's afraid of fire. He's very worried about torches and flames. That's what giants are. But you can start a fire. You don't have to be afraid. You can embrace this. Let's wake up the land. 3 times is what it takes. A fire every new moon pulses the land. The land feels that pulse. Save your salt. This is my salt. It's been christened at Rhinebeck, and it's been christened at Roan Mountain. There's no other salt like this. This salt will help shed light on raccoons as they escape. So now this salt will be infused with raccoon rescue. And no one else will have salt like this. So get your salt tonight, guys. Get your salt. Any ideas on what to do with my firstborn's placenta? He's coming on the 28th. Wow, Wombat Bear 369. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So there are so many awesome things to do with the placenta. In fact, there's so many, I'm not going to name them here. Guys, everyone needs to go to DLive and tell Wombat Bear 369, A, how awesome that is, and B, what she can do. You're right, Kieran. Benjamin did need to find his salt on that one. Just like I did too. Just like some of us need the oil, right? Yes, James Fox, Flattoberfest is still on. Karen is, I think I might have seen Karen B earlier in here, maybe. But yes, Flattoberfest is happening in October. It's October 24th. In fact, it could be that I could be there. I'm actually kind of begging. I begged Karen if I could do a presentation there. I don't know if she wants that or not. She was like, "You do presentations?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I do." If you guys remember, I was invited to Acapulco to do one there. But then Jeff told me I needed to pay a fee to get in the building. And I was like, oh, I can't afford that. I don't raise money for giant projects. I can't go to Acapulco to give a talk like that. But yeah, oh, there's Karen B. Hi, Karen. October 24th, Flattoberfest 2020. In fact, if Karen posts a link, I will copy that link and post it again. You guys should check that out. And even if, there it is. Thank you, Karen. October 24th, Flattoberfest. You guys check it out. You can get your tickets now and be ready for that. That's in Greenville, South Carolina. I hope that's right. I know it's around there. Could be Spartanburg. It's one of those. It's kind of like north of there. It's also in a very interesting place, which is why I hope I could do a presentation, because that interesting place will be ironic if I do this presentation. And yes, Karen B is still planning that, guys. So as you go to the website, please understand that she's just as I understand it, she got the place secure. The lineup looks great. Even if I'm not there, the lineup looks amazing. I'm going to go there regardless, I think. Yep, Bob Nodell, Mark Sargent, Dirter, Greenville, South Carolina. I think I saw Dave Weiss in here earlier. All the best to everyone. And you guys have a wonderful fire tonight. Bob Nodell, too. Yeah, Bob Nodell. I know that guy. Lovely talk. And, yeah. Should we end it, or does anyone else have anything they want to say? Criticisms, critiques, any problems? Oh, good. We got some action coming in for Wombat Bear. Nice. That's good. That's good. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad that you guys are actually talking about that. That's more important than anything else like that. All right, let's close the show out. Let's love each other. Let's remember, Rachel, stop giving me so much money. You're so awesome. Take the money back and build something new. No product backs. Okay, I will. I will do something amazing with that, Rachel. When I say amazing, I'm talking about in genre this. Thank you, Rachel. That's very. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys. I do. I really do. And I really appreciate Ben. I really appreciate Christy. I love those guys. I do. I've been trying to love Owen, but he just will not fucking stop. And it's harder to do that. And that's why I'm a compassionarian, isn't it? It's why I'm an aperturist. It's why I'm a compassionarian. Because every morning when I wake up, I'm like, can I heal this? And a lot of times I get up and go, fuck no. And that's okay. Because I only have so big of an aperture myself. And the fact that I have to broadcast and do these things on camera, I hope that some of you guys can appreciate the authenticity that I try and bring to this, even when it's hard, even when it's painful. I hope that you can at least see the authenticity there and find that of value. I'm under the impression that it's the authenticity that keeps you watching, and that's why I want to keep bringing that to you. So, yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks. This has been a pick-me-up. It feels good to talk about this, actually. It really does. I don't know if there's going to be like massive wars after this. I don't know who's going to be mad, who's going to be happy. I don't know. But I feel good about it. And, I'm sure I'll find out if that was wise or not here in a little bit. So, D-Live, all 170 of you, thank you. We need one more person to join D-Live. We'll have the magic number 108, which is the meditation number. It's very important. Facebook, we have 7 viewers. Come on, Facebook. Come on. You guys need to... You're probably like, James, you never come on Facebook. And I can't because I don't know how to watch chat on Facebook. And the 326 of you YouTube, thank you for being here, guys. As you know, the channel has really, really been struggling lately. In the last 2 days, it's been a nice little pick back up. And I'm thankful for that. Thank you for that. And maybe because I'm not focused on the thing so much, maybe it means that I can put more love into the content again. And we can go back to doing the work that we were doing that was really kicking ass. I know that having a laptop will certainly help. So that'll definitely be a biggie for it. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much. Don't forget to get your tickets to Flattoberfest if you want to check that out. And yeah, here we go. I'm going to say the magic words.